Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
What's up, LumioseStation, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokémon DataDex with me, TheOneIntegral. Last week I asked you to choose between Sceptile and Swampert for which Pokémon to cover this week, and the winner overall was Sceptile. It was a fairly close vote. Sceptile won just slightly. I will be covering Swampert in the near future, so hang on for that, guys. But for this week's vote, we have two very special Pokémon here. I decided that we'd pick out. We have Pelipper and Darkrai. So, choose which one you want me to cover next week. If you want me to cover Pelipper, be sure to comment Pelipper down below. If you want me to cover Darkrai, however, who wants Darkrai? What? Comment Darkrai down below. Okay, guys, so anyway, let's get on with today's episode of DataDex and look at Sceptile. So, starting off, Sceptile is number 254 in the National Pokédex, is a pure grass type, and is the forest Pokémon. Stands at 5'7" tall, or 1.7 meters tall, and weighs 115.1 pounds, or 52.2 kilograms. Sceptile is in the monster and dragon egg groups, and is primarily a male 87.5% of the time, and then a female obviously the other 12.5% of the time. The evolution training for Sceptile goes as follows. Trico, one of the starter Pokemon from the home region, evolves into Grovyle starting at level 16, and then further evolves into Sceptile starting at level 36. Then looking at Sceptile's base stats here, we can see overall its highest base stat is speed at 120, then going down to attack, or no, not attack, special attack rather, at 105, then down to attack and special defense about 85, and then down onto health points and defense, which are quite low. Overall, that's not bad. It's a very fast Pokemon, a decent special attacking stat too, a fairly decent attack stat, not a brilliant one, but half decent, and then its defenses and its health points are not amazing, so it's not that bulky a Pokemon, but it is pretty fast and pretty hard hitting. So, first up looking at Sceptile's typing and seeing what it resists, what it's weak to, and everything like that. Being a pure grass type, it resists 4 types, grass, water, ground, and electric, and then is weak to 5 types, fire, flying, poison, bug, and ice. Takes neutral from all the others because, well, it's a pure grass type, so there's not a whole lot of, it's not a sort of unique typing, it's just a basic grass type, so there's not a huge amount to say there. Then looking at Sceptile's 2 abilities available to it, the basic one obviously is Overgrow, which powers up grass type moves when the Pokemon is in trouble, i.e. when its health points is below a third. That's alright, it's not an amazing ability, but it's alright, it's not amazing, but it's okay. Its hidden ability, however, is a bit more useful, which is Unburden, which boosts the speed stat if its held item is used or lost. So say you had a citrus berry. Say the citrus berry was then used up, it means you lost it, so your speed stat gets doubled, I do believe it is, which is pretty good. So your base speed stat of 120 goes up to 240, which makes Sceptile a very, very fast Pokemon. So Unburden, if you're using an item that's disposable, Unburden is the better choice, really. Now looking at the highlighted moves for Sceptile here, we have a good few. First up, we're starting at level 46, but this is as a Trico, and this is Giga Drain. If you want your Sceptile to know Giga Drain, you have to level it up to level 46 as a Trico. You can't evolve to Grovyle or Sceptile, you have to keep it as a Trico until then you can evolve it. So it's a bit weird, but you just got to remember to keep it around for that long. Then, level 29 as a Sceptile, or a Grovyle really, it learns Leaf Blade. I think you can relearn them. If you get level 46 Trico and then evolve it, you can use the move Relearn, I'm pretty sure, to learn Leaf Blade, whereas you can't do that with Giga Drain. Then level 67 it learns a Leaf Storm, which is a really powerful special grass type move, lowers your special attack too, which is the problem with it, but there are some things we can use to counter that if we look in a bit later on. Then onto the TMs. TM10 is Hidden Power. Obviously Hidden Power can have a varying type, so really it depends on what, if you got a Sceptile and it happens to have a hidden power of, I don't know, fire, then you could use that. Obviously you've got a fire type move around. It really depends on what you get, at least in terms of breeding. You can obviously, if you're genning, make the hidden power what you want, and really that's again just a choice of coverage. What you're weak to. You're generally weak to fire types, maybe poison types, so maybe put a hidden power that's going to be able to combat one of those. Then TM28 can learn Earthquake, powerful ground type move you all know about. TM52 Focus Blast, very powerful fighting type move there, again it's special. TM62 is Acrobatics, powerful flying type move there. TM75 is Sword Stance, that's going to boost your attack by 2 stages every time it's used. It's a pretty decent move to be fair. And then TM80 Rock Slide, It's just, I had a free slot, so I thought, okay, Rock Slide is pretty decent. It gives you some more coverage for flying types and stuff like that. Maybe flying types, ice types, stuff like that there, as I said. And obviously then, last but not least, is one transfer move, which is learned by Move Tutor in Generation 5, which is Drain Punch. And that's, a fighting type move that's going to allow you to restore some health points as well. So looking at these moves here, we got a mix. We got some special, some physical, and then a status move. So generally, Sceptile works better as a special attacker, but it doesn't have a huge range of special moves, so, obviously I've included a physical set as well. Looking at the first set for Sceptile here, this is the basic set for Sceptile using Unburden. Moveset here is Leaf Storm, Focus Blast, Substitute or Giga Drain, Hidden Power, ability being Unburden as I said, Nature, Timid or Modest. Timid is preferred, but you can go for Modest if you want. Held item this time is a White Herb, and then EVs going maximum special attack, maximum speed, and the rest in health points. So what is this set all about, you say? Well, as you can see, we have Unburden and we have the White Herb there. White Herb, if you guys didn't know, restores stat changes to 0. So say you got hit, you got hit by a crunch and your defense dropped. Your White Herb will activate and it would put your defense back to 0. But really what we're looking at here is using that with Leaf Storm, because when you use Leaf Storm, it reduces your special attack by 2 stages. And since Leaf Storm is a pretty powerful move, you could come into battle, use the Leaf Storm, get the damage all off there. White Herb is going to activate, going to restore you to your base, sort of no drops or whatever, and then Unburden is going to activate and make you twice the speed. Obviously it's not going to make you any more powerful than you were in the first place, but it is going to allow you to have, obviously, double the speed, and allow you to wreck lives or whatever else you have. Focus Blast is just coverage move really to allow you to hit maybe ice types, rock types. Well, rock types you can hit with Leaf Storm, but you guys get what I mean there. Then the choice of Substitute or Giga Drain. Really here, it's once you lose the Leaf Storm once, you really don't want to use it again because of the fact that White Herb is no longer there to restore you. So you're going to be, if you do use it, you're going to have to deal with special attack drops, which you don't want. So you could include Giga Drain there to use as, your stab move after you've used the Leaf Storm for the first time. Or you can go for the Substitute and then sort of just deal with the Focus Blast and the Hidden Power as your main moves. Hidden Power obviously depends on the typing. If, for example, you get a Hidden Power and it's, a fighting type Hidden Power or a grass type Hidden Power, you may as well get rid of it for Giga Drain, because what's the point in having a less powerful move when you can have Substitute and Giga Drain there? As I said with Nature, choice Timid or Modest. Timid is preferred because it makes you really fast, but you can go with Modest if you want a slightly less fast Sceptile, but with still, a load of power behind it. EVs are self-explanatory, maximum special attack and speed, just so you can be fast and hit them hard, and the rest in health points because that's the way it goes. On to the next set now. This is more of it's not an Unburdened set anymore, but it's still a special attacking set. Moveset this time is Giga Drain, Focus Blast, Substitute and Hidden Power. Ability being Overgrow. Nature again is Timid or Modest. Held item is Life Orb and EVs are the same as last time. Max special attack and speed, and then the rest in health points. So, because obviously we're using a Life Orb this time, we don't really need Unburden because Life Orb is not going to be used up. So you may as well keep Overgrow just for the points where you're be on low health and you're going to actually get the boost from that. Giga Drain is here rather than Leaf Storm because we don't want to be reducing our special attack if we're staying in battle for a decent amount of time. Obviously, also Giga Drain is going to allow you to restore health points from the Life Orb, and also if used in tandem with the Substitute there, it's going to allow you to sub up, use Giga Drain, and then restore the health points you just lost from making the sub sort of thing. And if used in the right way, can be pretty good. Again, we have Focus Blast, which is just coverage. Hidden Power again is depending on what you can get out of the Hidden Power. If if the Hidden Power is terrible there, you could think about putting another move on it, like, I don't know, a physical move, just as coverage, even though you're using it in nature that reduces your attacking and attacking stat and whatnot, but still, it could work quite that well there. But this is generally just a Life Orb, special attacking set, not much else to say there. And the last set we're looking at today is a physical set for Sceptile here. You can run some special sets where you have mainly physical moves and then Leaf Storm, use Leaf Storm once or twice with Unburden, with White Herb, get your powerful attacks off, and then obviously once you've used it the second time and your special attack has dropped, you can then move on and just use your physical moves. But this one's mainly just a pure physical set here. Moveset is Swords Dance, and then you have a choice of Rock Slide, Earthquake or Acrobatics, then Drain Punch and Leaf Blade. Ability this time is Overgrow or Unburden. You can run two sort of different subsets here. Nature is Jolly or Adamant. Held item here is a Life Orb or a Citrus Berry. I'll talk more about that in a second. EVs are maximum attack and speed, and the rest in health points. Okay, so the choice of ability first. Let's look at that. Overgrow. If you're using an Overgrow, or if you're using Life Orb rather, you want to have Overgrow, because Life Orb's not going to be able to get rid of sort of thing. I've chose Citrus Berry here, but you can have really whatever. You could have maybe a Chesto Berry with Rest. Obviously it's not going to be as helpful, but you can run some weird sets like that. And obviously if you're using a berry that can be used up, we want to use Unburden there, or Unburden. So once you obviously use the berry, you're going to get the speed boost. Choice of nature, Jolly or Adamant. It's generally Jolly because Sceptile is it's the thing about Sceptile is its speed, but you can run Adamant if you want to. So moveset, Sword Stance. Obviously if you have the chance to go for a Sword Stance or two, get the power up, and obviously if you're using the Unburden set and you can actually sort of Sword Stance, they'll reduce your health points. Citrus Berry is going to activate, Unburden's then going to activate as well. You're going to be held +2 attack, and you're going to have double speed or whatever, which will be pretty darn decent for you. Choice of Rock Slide, Earthquake or Acrobatics. If you're using the Overgrow set, Rock Slide or Earthquake, generally Earthquake's preferred there because of the fact that Earthquake is just really cool, it's really helpful generally. But if you're using the Unburden set, you could put Acrobatics here, because once you use your Citrus Berry, Acrobatics is going to be really powerful, and it's going to allow you to do some really decent damage, especially with a Sword Stance. Then Drain Punch or Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade being your stab, and then Drain Punch here is to help restore some health points if you're using a Life Orb, and obviously if you're using the Unburden set just to sort of keep you in battle a bit longer as well. And obviously since you're faster, you're going to have that priority to restore health points there. If you can get Drain Punch because it's a transfer only move, you can put both Rock Slide and Earthquake on for the Life Orb set, or you can put Earthquake and Acrobatics on just to sort of get the spread of moves. EVs, I don't really need to say anything there because they're basic EV spreads. So guys, that's it for this episode of the Pokemon DataDex. A bit of a shorter episode this time just because Sceptile is a basic Pokemon. But remember guys to vote in the comment section below for either Pelipper or Darkrai. PS, vote Pelipper. And next week I will cover whichever one wins that vote. So guys, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out all the other content on LumioseStation, and of course if you want to my channel. But I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye my friends.